The way you're not smiling, I'll let you sing the Feliz Navidad. Anyway, I'm so happy you're here. That's good. Now we can head on. So I've been talking about it for a little bit. Now tell us a bit more, Mr. Dokusi, about the Startupper project and the objective of this project.
Yeah, thank you, Lexis, and good afternoon to our listeners. The project, which is the Startup of the Year by Total Energies, which is the parent company of Total Petroleum Ghana PLC, aims at 5 main objectives.
Right.
The first one is to encourage young companies to integrate the dimensions of sustainable development into their activities. And then the second one is to promote female entrepreneurship.
Awesome.
The third one is to strengthen our local presence via this challenge. You may be aware that as a group, we've changed our image from the traditional Total that we all know to Total Energies. So this is going to enable us to communicate it out there, even though locally we remain Total Petroleum Ghana PLC till further notice. And then the next objective is to contribute to the development of the local economy. You can agree with me that through the Startupper in the previous 2 editions, we have people who started with no staff, but now have staff in their establishment, and that encourages employment in our country. And then lastly, it is to show the commitment of Total Energies to local entrepreneurship.
Wow, that's really awesome. I'm particularly impressed by the fact that you're awarding the female entrepreneurs as well and thinking about promoting female entrepreneurship. But who's eligible to participate? Anita, you share that with me?
Okay, so the challenge is ongoing in 32 African countries, Ghana included. So it means that you have to be a native of the country. So in this case, for Ghana, you have to be a Ghanaian, number one. You have to be between the ages of 18 to 35 years. And then you have to have either a new project, that's a business project, or an existing startup that is less than 3 years.
Okay.
And then whatever project you are pitching eventually should have a sustainable development element in there.
That's really cool. And what kind of projects are we looking at? What kind of projects qualify for this Startupper project?
Yeah, in terms of the kind of project that we're looking at, a project that is less than 3 years old. That's a young project. And then another one which is a completely new, completely idea. These are the kind of projects we're looking at. But in terms of the specifics, it's quite open.
So it's not limited to a specific industry?
Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, so long as they meet these criteria.
But how's the scoring criteria like? Once we submit all of these stuff, how's the scoring criteria like?
Okay, thank you, Lexus. So we will have a panel of judges. So we will have a jury, from different fields, basically, who are also very seasoned as far as entrepreneurship is concerned. And they will be scoring the projects that will be submitted by these participants on 3 main focus areas. And the first one is that the projects have to respond to the challenges of sustainable development. As you're aware, my colleague Anita and Mr. Dokosi have all mentioned sustainable development. It means that we are looking at projects that are not focused on just the current, the present. It has to have future generations in mind. The second criteria would also be the innovativeness of the project. So we will be getting thousands of applications from, all over. What would distinguish one project from the other is how innovative or how creative that, project or idea is. So that's another criteria that would be jury members would also be focusing on. And the third criteria that would be used to assess these projects is that it has to be feasible and have development potential. So it's not just enough to say that, okay, I have a business idea. The question is, how feasible is it? How practicable is it? Is it a project or a business that can be developed? Would it still be around? Would it still exist? Would it still thrive? Would it be profitable in the future? So these are the three main criteria that our jury members will be looking at and using to score the application that will be submitted.
I'm sure by now my listeners are, putting together their thoughts and thinking of, applying for this challenge. But then let's talk about the prizes in there, because I know there are some juicy prizes for the winners. I know the best business creation project will be awarded, the best startup under 3 years old, the best female entrepreneur. But what are the prizes in there, Anita? Are you going to share that with me?
Yes. So at the end of the challenge, 3 winners are going to emerge, and they will have to come from the new creation project, or the existing startup under 3 years, or the best female entrepreneur.
Right.
So altogether, there's a total amount of 210,000 that is going to be shared equally amongst the 3.
21 divided by 3, 7. Okay, I could use that.
Okay. So there's 70,000 per winner.
Yeah, 70,000.
And then in addition to the prize money, there's going to be coaching over 12 months, as well as media visibility for the project, for the businesses that eventually emerge.
Oh dear, that's exciting. That's huge. Wow, this is exciting. But why limited to 18 to 35? I mean, I know some 40-year-olds who have just started up some business. That's really cool. Is there a problem?
So for us, we know that for any economy to grow, it has to focus on the youth. Ghana recently had conducted its, survey, the population, and we know that, the population of Ghana is made up of 60% youth. And so for us, we are looking at the future.
Yeah.
If we are focusing and developing the potential of our youth, it means that our future is secure. And that is why we are limiting it to people between the ages of 18 and 35.
Talk about youth empowerment. What timelines are we looking at now? Am I too late to submit my application now? Because I know we've been talking about this for a while.
Yes, not at all. We're looking at the site, which is www.startupenergies.com. Has been opened since the 4th of November.
Okay.
And will be open till the 23rd of December.
Right.
So that the applicants can go off for Christmas.
Okay. So you have to, from now till 2 days before Christmas.
Sure.
Literally.
Yeah.
To submit your application.
Yes.
On www.startupper.totalenergies.com.
Yeah.
That's the website.
Yes.
That's the website.
Okay. And I'm sure we'll find whatever information else that we need there, right?
Yes.
Wow.
It's clear enough.
It's very clear enough. So
Yeah.
get on there. If you're listening to Joy FM right now, please log on to their site, okay? www.startupper.totalenergies.com and submit your application if you think you're eligible. They've actually outlined what makes you eligible, and if you fall within that category, it will be a good time to apply, because there's some real good stuff you can get from this challenge. Not even just the money, the coaching for a year and the exposure that your business is going to get. It's probably is the beginning for something great for you, isn't it? Yeah. So there you go. Any final words before we wrap up, though?
Yes, so in addition to just applying, we will be having 2 international bodies, Agorize and then Spark News, who will be shortlisting the top 15 candidates per country. And then Ghana, we will have our top 15. We'll then be having a pitching session in the early part of April 2022 for 2 days. They'll be giving some coaching sections as well, and then they'll do the pitching on the second day. We'll put them in a hotel, and then thereafter we'll have the celebration somewhere on the 22nd of April.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
So even if you don't win, there's some other great opportunities for you.
So long as you are in the top 15 years.
Yeah.
But yes, but even the others who applied but did not come that far will still be invited to some of these sessions.
Oh, that's really cool. I'm grateful that you came by. Anita, do you want to add something before we wrap up?
I know that people have started applying on the platform. If you visit the platform, as I mentioned, it's in 2 categories. Either you have a new project idea, or you have an existing startup.
Yeah.
So some people have started applying. So would urge them to follow suit and just complete.
Yeah.
I mean, they never know. I mean, next year by this time, they could be, entrepreneurs in a different world of their own. So
yes, that's true.
we just encourage everybody to come on board. It's a good platform. The past winners are doing great. I mean, they've moved on to other, the developmental levels in their businesses. So
Wasn't it the one that Eunice Chloe won?
Sure.
Exactly.
That's her on the
Exactly.
screen.
Yes.
I'm sure she's doing so well now.
She is.
Ah.
She is.
Yes.
Well, you could be next. You could follow Eunice's steps. Yeah. Linda, any final words before we wrap up?
Yes, so I just want to stress on the fact that the application is strictly online. You are not expected to submit anything in hard copy. So you just go onto the website, startup.totalenergies, and submit your applications.
Yes. And you don't need to pay anything as well.
It's absolutely free.
It's absolutely free.
Absolutely free.
Good stuff. Thank you so much. I'm happy you came by. Mrs. Linda Ando is Communications Manager, and Anita Boach is Deputy Projects Manager. And the Projects Manager is Mr. Bright Okosi. And we've been talking about the Total Energies Startup of the Year Challenge. I'm grateful that you came by.
Thank you, Lexus,
Thank you.
for having us.
Stay tuned into Joy 99.7 FM. I've got more for you. Coming up on your Superstation.